I love it. This was my mom's. She really was art. She was living art. It was just everything that she saw through a lens that was art in every way, you know. The beauty, just the appreciation of the beauty of visual joy, of audio joy, but it had to be joyous. And so my mom always painted or cooked or played auto harp with joy. It just poured out of her. And it was important to her that me and my two brothers understood that and participated. At 2 years old, 3 years old, she would smear our hands with finger paint and put paper out. We were covered in paint and clay and glue and feathers and whatever. We would make art. And she would have this smock on with paint all over it and a couple pieces in the background that she was working on. But she would definitely include us in that whole making of art and understanding that it wasn't a pastime. It was like front and center. So it was a part of what she did. And it was so rich and thick around me that as I got older, and remnants of the pieces that she made that were so incredibly striking, I never felt a need to make art anymore. I lost that childhood thing where you just make art like you breathe, like it's no big deal, and then you run around and play. I started working for a living and all of that, and I found myself playing music and attracted to the arts, but as far as painting or sketching or any kind of attempt to do anything like that, I took a break for decades, and enjoyed the circles of people that I lived with and traveled with in music and whatever else I could find myself in. But recently, I was prompted by a very good friend who, after finding out that I was going to marry this woman, demanded that I get married at his house. And I said, okay. And to thank him, I drew a portrait with colored Sharpies of Manuel's face, kind of floating in the sky with his hair all different colors, just because he thinks in color. And I glued one by one, I put glue on a rhinestone with a big string, and I had no idea what I was doing. I was just making art for the first time in a long time, making a thing. And I gave him like 5 extra teeth. And he's got this crazy smile, and his scarf is blowing in the wind. But there was a sweetness, and I caught him in a way, in a very innocent way. And I glued a rim on it. And I took it out to his house with Cynthia and gave it to him. And I said, Joe, I made this. And he pulls it out of the bag. And he looks at it. And he shakes his head and walks away. Such a waste. I said, Manuel? He's like, you're hiding. I see you're hiding. You've been an artist this whole time, and you're just such a shame. And he walks away, and I remember just going, this was not the response I was looking for. I just really worked hard on this thing. And I said, well, I'll make more art. And he goes, you should make one for Megan, who married you. She'd really like one of those. And sucked me in, and all of a sudden, I'm making another piece on a drumhead. And then I start painting on barn wood by accident, a rotting piece of wood behind our little cottage. I turned into Dolly Parton, which ended up being just an innocent, again, remarkable piece as I followed the grain, the story that was already there. And I lucked into this image. But I started making art again, and it was fun, and every single piece I'd finish, I'm just thinking about this now, I would drive out to his house and say, look, I made another one. I like it. You're getting better. What's next? And it just, all of a sudden, it was what's next. And now I've got an easel, and there's paint, and I've decided to take a class, and I'm learning a lot. I'm seeing color for the first time. I'm really just now seeing color, understanding what it is, and a little bit better how to get there. But I'm now also in touch with Mom again. She's present, she's right here. So I'm taking a class in Brentwood, and I'm getting continuing education from my mom here. All these paintings are speaking to me now. I can see what she did and how she did it and why she did it, and I never noticed before. I see color in the sky that I desperately want to duplicate, and I can't. And I'm doing the best I can. I wake up early in the morning so I can watch the sun come up. This event, I'm chasing light. I am chasing light. And I would hear that phrase, Van Gogh and Monet, chasing light. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. It's a painter term, I guess. No, they're chasing light. You have 7 seconds to catch that. It's over. And it's thrilling. It's absolutely exciting. And I'm on a roll, and I won't be stopped.